Hey guys, this is Procrastination Gaming and welcome to the channel. Last week we were 6 and 9 in predicting wins, and we only had really 2 games go the way we thought they were going to go. We thought, it was the Steelers and Browns. I thought that was going to be 20-17. And the Colts and Rams, I knew that was going to be a blowout. So, those are really the only 2 games we got. I guess the 49ers and Panthers I thought was going to be kind of a blowout too. But yeah, everything else is pretty much way off. Yeah, it was a weird week 1, especially for fantasy. There weren't a lot of good players that performed very well in fantasy. I think there were only maybe 4 100-yard receivers that I can think of off the top of my head. I know Stephon Diggs had 100 yards. Golden Tate had 100 yards. I think Danny Amendola might have had 100 yards. And then Kareem Hunt. I think that's the only receivers that went over 100 yards. That's insane. But it was a good week for running the ball, especially for rookies. Here we're gonna get into our predictions. So the Lions here on, actually we'll start with the Thursday. We'll start with the Thursday night game. Texans Bengals. I see the Texans winning this game, and a lot of that has to do with the Bengals on offensive line. They couldn't really move the ball last week. They put up 0 against the Ravens, who do have a good front 7. I think the Texans have an even better front 7. So I think this will probably be something like 13-3. I'm picking the Texans to win this one. Now here for the Browns and Ravens, I think this is going to be another close game. I think the Browns are going to... I don't know. I think this is going to be one of those games that's going to be won by like a field goal. It's going to be like 10-13. Maybe 17-20. It's going to be a very close game. As I predicted last week, DeShone Kizer looks like the real deal. That game might have been different if Kenny Britt didn't drop that pass. That game might have ended just a little bit differently. So yeah, I expect the Browns to fight really hard this game. It's probably going to be 10-13 Ravens. And here, Bengals and at Buccaneers. I do expect the Buccaneers to win this game. A lot of that has to do with Jameis Winston, I think. I do expect him to have a pretty good game this year. I'm on the Jameis Winston bandwagon this year. I do think he's going to put up a good season. I think he's going to be an MVP consideration. I don't think he's going to win it. I think he'll finish probably top 5. I think with those offensive weapons he has, I don't see how that could not happen. He's a gunslinger, so I do expect him to have a good season. So yeah, I expect the Bears to win. I expect the Buccaneers to win this game. Probably like 25-10, maybe something around there. Maybe 25-13. And then for the, actually we'll go with 27-13. Then here for the Vikings at Steelers, we are going to pick the Vikings in this game. The Vikings pass rush last week against the Saints it really took over the game. Drew Brees didn't have any time to throw the ball. Stephon Diggs looks really good. He looks healthy. He hasn't been healthy 100% in quite a while. He looks like he's going to have a really good season. I've heard a lot of people say he might push 20 touchdowns this year. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think he's going to have a really good season. Sam Bradford was throwing the ball really well under pressure. When he was under pressure, and he did a good job. He put the ball in spots where only his receiver could get it. I expect the Vikings to pull this one out 23-20. And here, Patriots at Saints. This is an interesting game because without Dante Hightower, that Patriots defense looked a lot different. They could not get to the pack. They could not get to the quarterback. They couldn't cover running backs out of the backfield. They really struggled stopping the run as well. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I expect it to be a pretty high-scoring game because, the Patriots are pretty healthy on offense. Besides Edelman, I think they will be able to put up points. So this will probably be something like 29 or like 31-28. And I think I take the Patriots in this one. Then here, Eagles at Chiefs. This will be a pretty fun game to watch. The Eagles defense played really well last week. The Chiefs offense was on fire. I do expect Alex Smith to fall down to earth here. I don't expect him to throw for 300 freaking yards again. And Carson Wentz looks like the real deal. I think he's having a really good season. Maybe even better than Jameis Winston. So I would expect the Chiefs to probably win this game like 30-27. This would be a pretty high scoring game if the Chiefs offense gets rolling again with Kareem Hunt. So yeah, Eagles 30-27. Now here, the Titans at Jaguars. I'm going to pick the Titans in this game, and that has to do with the Titans offensive line. I know Calais Campbell was unstoppable last week, but they're gonna double team him this week. I don't think anybody else on that defense can beat a double team, so they're gonna probably double team him the entire game. And I think the Titans will be able to put up some points then. I know the Jaguars aren't going to be able to score on offense very much, so I expect the Titans to win this game. Probably this one I'd probably say like 23-13. Now here, Cardinals at Colts. The Cardinals lost David Johnson for the year. They just signed Chris Johnson. I mean, he might make a few plays here and there, but he's no David Johnson anymore. For this game, I do expect the Colts to win, and I think they're going to play Jacoby Brissett. I think they're going to start him right away, and if they don't, they're stupid. But if he doesn't start, then Scott Dolzine is definitely going to be benched by halftime, I think. And I think the Colts will win this game something like, gosh, probably 16-9. It's going to be a pretty low-scoring game. Then here, Bills at Panthers. I'm taking the Panthers in this one. The Bills gave up a lot of points to the Jets last week, as I was expecting. And I expect the Panthers to put up even more points. I think the Panthers' passing offense is a lot better than the Jets, obviously. And the Panthers can run the ball. Jonathan Stewart looked good last week. McCaffrey looked good. I do expect the Panthers to win this game. Probably something like 27-16. Now here, Jets at Raiders. Ooh, this one I'm going to take the Raiders at home. I don't think it's going to be a very close game. I would say something like 23-6. I think the Raiders are going to get on a run there. Marshawn Lynch is going to have a really good game. And then the Jets are going to be rotating quarterbacks in and out. I think it's going to be that kind of season for the Jets. And here, Dolphins at Chargers. This is the first game of the year for the Dolphins with Jay Cutler. I do think Philip Rivers will outduel Jay Cutler even if he has a good game. Philip Rivers played really well last week. He played good enough to win the game. They just didn't make the field goal. Got blocked. So yeah, I'm a huge Philip Rivers fan. Hopefully Keenan Allen can stay healthy this year. But yeah, I do see them passing for quite a few yards against the Dolphins, and I do expect Jay Cutler to make maybe a few mistakes this game, and that's going to cost him. So I'm going to pick the Chargers in this game. This one's going to be 28-17. Now here, 49ers at Seahawks. A lot of people would probably pick this game to be a blowout, but I don't think it's going to happen like that. A lot of times in this division, games are very close when they shouldn't be. A lot of that has to do with the rivalry. They say NFL rivalries don't really exist, but I think in this division there are legit rivalry games. Like every time the Seahawks play the Rams, the Seahawks play the 49ers, they're usually pretty competitive, even if even if one team's a lot better. So I think the Seahawks are going to win this game. Russell Wilson's going to kind of struggle in the first half. I actually think the Seahawks only put up like 6 points in the first half. Then they come out the second half firing off, and I think the final score is going to be something like 27 to 12 Seahawks. I don't think the 49ers score a touchdown. They're going to score 4 field goals. Then Redskins at Rams. This one I have a hard time with because I think the Redskins are looking good this year with Terrell Pryor and Kirk Cousins. But the Rams, they put up 47 points last week against the Colts. Now the Colts are really bad, but that's a lot of points. A lot of that had to do with the Rams defense. I think they scored 2 pick sixes. So yeah, I think the Rams are going to win this one at home. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think Kirk Cousins is a lot more confident than Scott Tolzien. So I think this game is going to be something like 23-20. It's going to be a close game. Rams are going to win it. They're going to ice it down with Todd Gurley. Then here we got Cowboys at Broncos. Cowboys are going to win this game. It's going to be another game where Ezekiel Elliott probably gets about 100 total yards. And the Broncos, it's going to be a classic case of that offense not being able to move, and then the Broncos defense is going to get tired, and Ezekiel Elliott's going to close out the game. I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a low scoring game though. I think it'd be probably 13-6 is what I think will happen here. Now here for Packers at Falcons. I think this is going to be the game of the week. Aaron Rodgers against Matt Ryan, and we're going to see who really is the MVP. I don't think Matt Ryan's nearly as good as Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Matt Ryan's working with some really good receivers there. He's got 2 guys out of the backfield that could both play receiver. And that's why I picked picking the Falcons to win this game at home. Those running backs are unstoppable at times. So I think they're probably going to win this game. It's going to be a high-scoring game. Neither of these defenses are very good. Obviously, the Falcons can get to the passer, but I think it's going to be still going to be a really high-scoring game. I'm picking the Falcons 35-30. Now here, Lions at Giants. These 2 teams played last year at the end of this season, and Matthew Stafford, I think he had a broken hand or a broken finger or something. Matthew Stafford didn't look very good in that game, obviously. But, man, the Giants did not look good at all without Odell Beckham in there. I'm going to pick the Lions to win this game. I'm going to pick them to win it something like 23-17. It'd be a pretty close game. But, I mean, the Giants, they could not move the ball against the Cowboys. Brandon Marshall only had like 1 catch. I mean, how does that happen? Your second best or even your third best receiver only have 1 catch in a game. I think Ben McAdoo needs to figure something out here. So yeah, I picked the Lions to win that game 23-17. So these are my picks for week 2 in NFL. Hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe for my content. Peace out.